Hey everyone, welcome to NimsTut, the tutorial show where we teach you how to build something awesome in Minecraft. Today we'll be looking at arguably the best melon / pumpkin farm out there. It's very compact, it gets the best rates per square block, and it's super easy to build. It is a bit heavy on iron though, so I'd recommend you build an iron golem farm first, and I've got a link to mine in the description below. Anyway, let's get started on the build. I've got this tutorial split into 4 steps, and the materials you'll need for each step will be on my action bar. So in step 1, we'll be building the frame. It'll start out with 3 dirt, and then we're going to place a chest 1 block in front of and 1 block off to the side of that dirt. Then we're going to place down 3 hoppers. Then we're going to be placing down another piece of dirt here. Then 4 aesthetic blocks of your choice to fill out like a little pouch to hold our water. Then a sticky piston with a piece of glass in front of it. Then opposite of that extra piece of dirt, we need to place 2 solid blocks there. Then we're going to build 1 block up and place a dropper, and make sure that's a dropper and not a dispenser facing outward. Then a hopper facing into the dispenser. And lastly, we need to place an upside down half slab next to the chest. In step 2, we're going to be taking care of the redstone, so we'll start out by placing a lever on top of that upside down half slab. Make sure you activate it, then place a repeater on top of that middle hopper, and I'm able to place that by holding shift. Then we need to place a comparator feeding out of the upper hopper into a bit of redstone. Then we're going to be placing a block of glowstone on top of that glass. Now this does have to be a solid light block, so it needs to be either glowstone, a sea lantern, or a jack-o'-lantern, and jack-o'-lanterns can be a little bit hard to place, so I prefer glowstone or sea lanterns. Lastly, we need to place a block, doesn't matter what type of block, inside of the dropper. Step 3 has us finish off the base module. We're going to start out by tilling 3 pieces of land here, here, and here. Then we need to place some pumpkin seeds there and there. Then feel free to bone meal those up. Now on this back tiled land, we're going to be placing a flower. Now the reason we tile it and place a flower there is the tiled land actually improves the rates of this melon stem. And then we don't want any melons or pumpkins to grow here, so we place the flower on top of it to prevent the melon from being able to grow backwards. That's it for step 3. Actually, hey, let's go ahead and give this a quick test. Shazam! Works great. There you go. Now we're done with step 3. Lastly, we'll look at expanding the farm. It tiles perfectly on top of itself, and each module shares its edges with the module next to it, making it crazy easy to expand. And since this is all just repeats of steps 1 through 3, I'll speed through this with a fast forward montage. And then if you want to expand it vertically, everything just stacks right on top of each other. And we don't need to continue, you get the idea. It all stacks perfectly. Now I've just got a little bit of extra info for you. So I want to cover the rates. Each stem to dirt relationship is worth 3 harvests per hour. So in this base module, we can see that we've got 2 stems and 1 piece of dirt. So this stem has a relationship with the dirt that's worth 3 harvests per hour. And this stem has a relationship with the dirt, which is worth about 3 harvests per hour. So this one single module is worth about 6 harvests per hour. So if we were to come over here and look at what we built, so we've got 1, 2, 3 stems with 2 blocks of dirt. So this one has 1 relationship, so that's 3. Then there's another 3, so 6. And we've got 9 and then 12. So with 5 blocks wide, we get about 12 harvests per hour, and that translates directly to 12 pumpkins per hour, or it's like 3 to 7 melons per harvest. So 3 to 7 per harvest, 12 an hour, something like 36 to I don't know, math gets crazy. Melons per hour. You get a lot of melons. Next, I want to cover why the flour improves the rates. So let's go ahead and grab a torch here and say this torch is a melon stem. So this stem will check these nearby 8 blocks around it to see if any of this land is tilled. If any of this land is hydrated and tilled, well, tilled and hydrated, it will boost the rates of this stem. So we need this side, obviously, for the redstone, but by placing the tilled land here, it improves the rates of this stem, and then placing the flour on top of it prevents the stem from growing a melon here. Next, we do not want to place any stems diagonally from each other. So if this is a stem and this is a stem, Minecraft will actually penalize this and it will half the rates of both of these stems. So trying to build this into like a circular fashion does not work. You're going to want to build it into a tower like this. You can see I have no diagonal stems here. I have no diagonal stems at all in any of these builds. And this world will be in the description below if you want to take any of these example builds and look at them yourself. Lastly, do not place any solid blocks directly on top of the stem. So say this is a stem here and you want to place a solid block on top of it. This will not work. This stem will not produce fruit. You can place a solid block there and destroy this one, and that's okay, but there has to be either an air block or some sort of transparent block immediately above the stem. So it's okay for us to place the hopper here because the hopper is considered a transparent block, and it's okay for the air to be here, but if you were to try to place something there like that, that will shut off this stem and it will hurt your rates on the farm. So anyway, that's the end of the video. Thank you so much for watching, and it would mean so much for me if you could like this, favorite this, share this with your friends maybe. Anyway, thank you so much for watching. This has been NimsTuts, and hopefully it didn't stink. We'll see you next time.